The Karsch, Scott Anderson, 97.1. Great to be with you here on a Friday. Big game tonight, Pistons and Cavs. Obviously, we will get back to that today at 12:30. Lions' schedule is out now, and look, it is impossible not to look at it and start thinking about what you think is going to happen this season. It's also something that we have learned over the years to judge a schedule before a season starts as easy or tough is a dangerous game because it is such an unpredictable league. Injuries lead to massive swings in expectations for teams. But the Lions will open against New Orleans in week 1. They travel to Buffalo to open up their new stadium in week 2. Home to the Jets in week 3. At Carolina in week 4. At Arizona in week 5. Bye week in week 6. I think it's pretty safe to say that the Lions will be favored in 4 of those 5 games. A chance to get off to a very good start. And we know that we probably shouldn't do that. But if you take Vegas win totals, okay, and for people who don't know what a win total is, this is a way you can gamble on a team to exceed or come short of an expectation. Vegas puts out a win total on a 17-game schedule for every team, and you can bet over or under that win total. So, for instance, the best teams, the winningest teams in football are expected to be the Ravens and Rams. They both have win totals of 11.5. You can bet over or under 11.5. The Lions' win total is 10.5, tied with a bunch of teams, including the Green Bay Packers, the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Philadelphia Eagles, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Seattle Seahawks. It's a pretty healthy group and a healthy number to have. But when you line up the entire league from 1 to 32, from the Ravens and Rams at 11.5 all the way down to the Cardinals and Dolphins at 4.5, if you draw a line in the middle, well, you draw the line in the middle of the 9.5 group. So there are 17 teams that are 9.5 wins or more, which is projected to be over 500. 9-8 or 8-9, there's your line of delineation. So 9.5 or more, those teams are all projected to win 9 games or 10 games in the case of the 9.5 teams. So 17 teams expected to be above 500, 15 teams expected to be below 500. The Detroit Lions, of the 15 teams that are projected to be below 500, the Lions play 12 games of their 17. It is one of the most lopsided schedules I can remember. It is gloriously lopsided for the Lions in a data point that unfortunately doesn't mean as much as we want it to. We want this to say that this should be an easy schedule. Hell, they should wake up in the morning, roll out of bed, and win 12 games. But that's not how it works. We know better. I made the analogy earlier. This probably is something that doesn't play as much of a role in this day and age with social media and social media posts. But there was an era where you might be talking to a person of the other sex. This could be true of any male or female. And you think, she sounds hot. Never met her, but she sounded hot. This schedule sounds hot. It can be misleading.
Well, I mean, we're looking at it at the schedule from across the bar, and from a distance. Whoa.
All we see is a silhouette.
Who's that chick with the long blonde hair over there? She looks like she could be hot. Is she hot? I don't know. I think take a closer look. And right now, I just entered the bar.
Mm-hmm. So look, I'm trying not to get carried away, but this does look like fast start it's not a given, but man, it looks pretty healthy, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I'm more reluctant to play this game because of what we've seen happen in the past. We know that injuries can really play a role. I don't mind playing the schedule game. I just like to wait until September, go through a training camp, see who's healthy before I do it. But right now,
hold on. You like to do it the responsible way?
Yeah. I'm not as dangerous as you. I'm just not as dangerous as you. But for the sake of discussing it now, you have to concede. I mean, we know that the schedule is going to be easier because the Lions had the last place finish, so they're going to have a leg up with a few opponents that were going to be easy for them. The fact that they take on the NFC South is also telling you that it's an easier schedule. you play Minnesota twice, even though the Vikings beat the Lions twice last year. But, on paper, you're like, how does that happen with those quarterbacks? Well, how does it happen again this year with these quarterbacks? So I will concede that the schedule does look lighter and easier for this team. And when you look at it specifically, just like the first 5 games, going to the bye week, when you got home games against New Orleans and the Jets, and your road games are at Buffalo, which would be really tough, but at Carolina and at Arizona. Now, Carolina, they can be a good team if they continue to progress. That looks like a team that's on the rise. But
their over-under is 7.5.
But at any given time, do you believe in Bryce Young or not? So you've got what I look at as 4 pretty winnable games to start the first 5 before the bye week. The Lions could get off to a really good start at first blush. I'm not calling for it. I'm conceding that, yes, the schedule looks light compared to what the teams were last year.
Guys, it's AI generated. She's not that hot. She's not even real. We don't even know.
Damn you, AI!
But we don't know who you're talking to, man. Don't fall for it.
It's a catfish schedule.
It could be. Like, I admit with you guys, on paper, yes, but I've been the guy who always says, don't play that game.
Always.
Don't play that game. You just mentioned the Vikings. Easy wins, right? 0-2 versus them. The Giants was supposed to be an easy one. Jameis Winston as quarterback. They did win that game, but it took everything out of them to win that game. Jameis Winston actually caught a touchdown pass, by the way, in that game. But yeah, so last year alone, the Patriots were last in their division. They went to the Super Bowl, okay? The Chiefs, everyone penciled in at least AFC Championship, right? Because that's where they've always been. Didn't even make the playoffs. And my point is that it changes every year. And although on paper right now, it looks great, it looks soft, it looks like, hey, at least 10 wins, you just don't know. And the NFL loves that, by the way. They do love that. So we have to do the responsible thing, guys. I think we should do the responsible thing, and you just take it week by week. And injuries are always an X factor, of course.
All right, so we got some feedback here on the big old tub of pretzels, and then I got a question about the Lions schedule. Feedback coming in here. Arm fell asleep so bad it was on my chest. I woke up thinking it was my wife's hand right on me like this. Or why is my wife's hand on me like this? Next text from Chris in a truck. I have to admit I had a butt cheek fall asleep. Truly strange sensation. Adam and Clausen, Southwest egg rolls are amazing.
Hey, you don't like that, Gator?
I love egg rolls. Okay. But you're telling me I got to choose between egg roll and burrito, bro.
I don't even think I gave you the other options. You just married burrito right off the bat.
I heard the other options, but I forgot what they were because I'm like, burrito. Here we go.
Make some breakfast egg rolls. They'll change your life. That's from an unnamed texter.
Make a breakfast burrito. It changes your life.
Ron says Doug will get a tattoo of Lance Armstrong with a helmet. Guys love the show. Mark and Royal Oak. My arm fell asleep so bad at night while I was asleep that I turned over and my arm hit my face. I thought someone slapped me across my face. I jumped out of bed looking for someone that hit me. Wow. Gator will get a Zach Wilson tattoo in the shower.
Not anymore.
Yep. Okay. Did you see what the most expensive ticket, now that the schedule's out, the most expensive ticket next year? Did you see what it is?
No. I mean, for the Lions, in terms of
the whole league.
Oh, the whole league. And is it the first week of the season?
Nope. It's Lions at Bills.
Oh, new stadium.
Yep.
And the first game at the new stadium. That makes
average.
sense.
Did you say the average price was over $2,000?
Yeah, that's the average ticket price.
And did you see that Delta put out extra round trip flights to Munich from DTW for the Lions game against New England in Munich? Did you see that?
I did not.
$3,000 for those flights.
No, thank you.
Let's do 10 texts right now. Which would you rather go to? Spend the $2,000 and go to Buffalo, or spend the $3,000 and go to Munich? (248-539-9797). Text us over which you'd rather go to and why. Make sure you sign your text. Spend $2,000 and go to the Lions Buffalo game.
So that's just for a ticket.
Yep. Or spend the $3,000 on the airfare and go to the Lions Patriots game in Munich. Text us at 248-539-9797. The most expensive regular season game happens to be a Lions game. The most exotic, and maybe not the most exotic, there is a game in Brazil and Australia, but one of the more exotic games, of course, is the Lions playing at Munich. Which would you rather spend your money on? Text us over right now. We'll read the best answers. The first 10, actually, that come in, we'll read those on the air. Make sure you sign your text. It's Karsch and Anderson, 97.1.